Hi YouTube, welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Let's talk about narcissist predators of another kind, or of a different kind. When you think about a predator, you think about pedophiles, rapists, serial killers. When you really pull back the layers from what a narcissist really derives from, they are opportunists, such as rapists and serial killers and pedophiles. Just look at the parallels there. You may not want to associate that despicable type of label with these narcissists, but undeniably, when you really look at it in the stark detail that it is, the emotional rapers, the emotional molesters, the psychological opportunists and predators that they are, narcissists. This is what we're left with. And I'm not here to be grim about them. I'm not here to just bash them. I'm not here to pay homage to them. I am here to identify to you as to what they truly are in the essence of how they destroy lives. If you take a predator or a pedophile who violates a youth, a narcissist, in a lot of cases, if not all cases, they manipulate, lure their victims in, much like any predator would. They gain your trust, almost like a guy abducting a child from a park. They gain your trust and they gain a lot of your affection for them. When these people leave your life, they have you coming out of a sleep that you didn't even know you were in. It's almost like you've been drugged. That's what an opportunist does. They spike your drink, and in this case, the narcissist spikes your mind. And some would say, well, that's a big difference. They're not physically putting anything in. We're willing. They didn't force us to do anything. Well, just as that drink got spiked, nobody forced us to drink it, but they did contribute to tainting that drink, unbeknownst to us. And that's just the way a narcissist comes into your life. Unbeknownst to you, they taint the conversation, they taint the environment, the atmosphere of conversation with their presence. They taint the whole existence of who they are. They give you a mirage. That's just totally not acceptable in life, to deceive someone, have them thinking one thing of you, and then you are actually someone else. Now, that may not be something you can criminally charge somebody with, because they did that in many cases. That's why, and if not all cases, I've never known a case where a narcissist has been convicted in any case being a narcissist. The only thing that I can tell you that comes close to this is Amber Heard and Johnny Depp trial. All of you all that didn't watch that trial, you should go back on YouTube and watch it. Not all of it, just watch different clips of when Amber Heard is on the stand. See how she sits up there. She reminds me of Jodi Arias. She reminds me specifically of Jodi Arias. These are what psychopaths, sociopaths do. They sit there like they're just there as a guest in attendance. They're not sitting there like they're the culprit, like they're the one under the microscope. And the identical parallel to Amber Heard and Jodi Arias, who are both full-blown narcissists, they're positioning the pitcher of water and straightening up different things up there when they're on the stand. They're pretty much just tidying up the things that are in front of them. They're fidgeting with things because in their mind, they don't believe that they're under any scrutiny. And in a weird sadistic way, they're excited to be there because of all the attention that they get. The reality of being charged with murder in Joan Arias' case, and she was a predator, stalking this guy through his windows, stalking him, looking through his windows and breaching his doors to his apartment when he wasn't there. A lot of his buddies would come in and she would be sitting there in the apartment wondering, they were wondering how did she get in. Travis Alexander was his name. Now, opposed to that, then you take Amber Heard, she's on stand, her malicious, vindictive lies of everything from domestic violence, which Johnny Depp never did. There was never any proof. She went as far to even say Corey, I think her name was Corey Love, an actress, was brought to the stand to testify, and she contradicted what Amber Heard said about Johnny Depp. Amber Heard had said on the stand that Johnny Depp was domestically violent, and one time he had pushed Courtney Love, I believe her name is Courtney Love, down the stairs or pushed her in the elevator or something, and she hurt her ankle or her foot or something. But that was contrary to what really happened. She came and testified that she tripped and fell or something, and Johnny Depp picked her up and carried her back to her apartment like a gentleman. And this trial went on. These people, these narcissists, they are time wasters, they are time takers, time that you will never get back. They take the innocence of your mind. They take the beautiful innocence of who you are, the authenticity that you gave them. They take it and they trample on it. Now, I'm tooting this horn specifically to empaths and chosen ones who are either considering going back or have left the door open to the narcissist to still be civil and have communication with them when there shouldn't even be any communication. I'm not saying in those cases where there needs or there is no way around having to communicate with them. I'm talking expressly to empaths and chosen ones who are still leaving the door open. If there's no logical, justifiable reason to have any interactions with them, whereas you're going out of your way or you're just making a deliberate attempt to communicate with a narcissist, cease and desist. Because they are opportunistic. They're opportunists, they are predators. And this is why I titled this video, Narcissists, Predators of a Different Kind, or Another Kind. And that's the key word. They are predators of another kind, a different kind. The kind that we don't readily want to attach that label to, predators. They're predators. They prey on weak, vulnerable, unassuming, naive, codependent, heart on our sleeve, very giving empaths, chosen ones. I believe empaths such as us, we work and are the narcissist's last attempt from God to get them to recognize and reckon what is wrong within them and humble themselves under the watchful eyes of God. Because the Bible says God wished that no man should perish. Is God giving them an opportunity? They use it, but they've not been chosen ones to accomplish this. It's like Job in the Bible. The devil asked, "What about your servant Job? I guarantee you he'll defect. I guarantee you he'll turn on you. He'll switch up on you." God say, "I'll take that wager. You can do what you want with Job, but you can't take his life. I have dominion and authority over his life." You would have thought the devil would have ceased and desist, but in his warped mind, just like he was warped when he got thrown down from heaven, as the story goes. I'm sure his allegory is there. But whatever God did, the position that Satan was in prior to him getting tossed down was right hand. He was a right hand man prior to that. Now you would have thought if God did that to him then, why would you even try to dare taunt the children of God, the chosen of God, and say, well, okay, you have rule and dominion over his life. Well, just let me just shake him around like a rag doll. Let me destroy his physical. Let me destroy his health. And let's see if he will curse you. And that is what I believe the narcissist attempts to do in our life. Because they're in hopes that when they destroy us, we will either disgrace ourselves further by disrespecting and denouncing God and not cry out to him. But on the contrary, they counted us out. We did just the opposite. We cried out to God. Even some of us that didn't even have a belief system or ever went to church, we had heard that there was a God that could deliver us from this evil. So we cried out to him in a humility, in a broken and contrite spirit and heart. As the Bible said, a broken and contrite spirit, in no ways will God cast out or he will refuse. So when your heart is broken and contrite, God can work on you. He can work some magic on you. On the contrary to the narcissist, they are of a reprobate mind. God has no use for reprobate mind. Because your reprobate mind is a free will choice that you have made to denounce God's existence, his dominion, his power, his authority in your life. And so there lies the narcissist, thinking that it's going to work out in their favor this time around. Almost like Wile E. Coyote in the Road Runner. See, when you're in misery, you want to take people down with you. It's unfortunate. A lot of people are in this world when the mindset is hard pressed this way. But a lot of us will go through misery, chosen ones specifically, and we won't seek out and hurt anyone else. And that's our blessing. So just know, the narcissists are a predator of a different kind.